Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to Evolution Astro. Mercury. Today's video is about Mercury. Mercury in Vedic Astrology. Let's invoke Mercury with a Bij mantra. Om Budhaya Namaha. Om Budhaya Namaha. Om Budhaya Namaha. This is how Mercury looks. Mercury is a jewel among all the planets, and it is the most intelligent because of his powers. Prosperity, creativity are obtained when Mercury is worshipped. His color is green and he has a slender body. Mercury is energetic, he is young, and he speaks sweet words, and he also has double meanings in the words he speaks. Mercury is fond of making jokes. He is one of the most very clever guy among all the grahas. We would get started with the mythology of Mercury. So it so happened that Moon, he was the chief disciple of Jupiter. Moon's wife, Tara, Jupiter is attracted to her by she likes the Moon as well for his nature and beauty. One day it so happened that Jupiter was away for doing his errands for the gods. That time Tara eloped with the Moon. Some say that she fell in love with the Moon, and some say that she was abducted by the Moon. So we are not clear if it was an abduction or she was eloped on her own. So once they eloped, Jupiter returned home. He found that she isn't there, and he traced out her whereabouts. Then he came to know that Tara was with the Moon. So he sent communication to the Moon, telling the Moon to return Tara. The Moon refused to comply and said that he will return her only when she is satisfied with him. Jupiter was furious. He communicated this to his disciple Indra. Indra in turn, he sent a communication to the Moon. The Moon refused to return Tara. Indra started a war The participants in the war, Indra, who is Jupiter's disciple, along with the Venus and the Asuras. The Venus and Asuras, they take side of the moon because Jupiter and Venus were having enmity. Whereas it so happened that Lord Shiva took the side of Devas out of his love for the preceptor Angiras, the Rishi Angiras, who was Jupiter's father. The war went too long. It went on for quite a long time, and it started looking that because of this war, the world is going to end. Brahma noticed this and he ordered the moon to return Tara. But when Tara came, Tara was pregnant. She was carrying, and Jupiter found this out and he was very furious about this. And he asked Tara to expel the fetus from her womb. Tara gave birth to Mercury. This is how Mercury was born. Brahma questioned Tara, and Tara said that moon is the father of Mercury. Note the irony here. The benefic planets like moon, the moon abducted his guru's wife, which is a sin in itself. Venus, he kept his enmity intact with Jupiter. Later, even Jupiter lies because when Mercury was born, Mercury had so much beauty and intelligence that the moon started saying that Mercury is his child. This abduction we spoke of was the reason Mercury could never give time to his other 26 wives that we spoke about in the last video. We shall start from here, looking at the significations of Mercury. Mercury, he is supposed to be a youth. His age 32 years old. Mercury, he presides over animals and minerals and flying creatures like birds. Mercury's body constitution is combination of Vata, Kapha and Pitta. The body substances that are ruled by Mercury is the skin. The limbs he rules are the hips. The Mercury is, from the cabinet point of view, Mercury is a prince. His color being green. The direction ruled by Mercury is north. From the health perspective, the disorders of the mind, the disorders of skin and the nerves. So these are what Mercury represents. So generally, if the Mercury is weak, and even if the moon is weak, then the person is mentally afflicted. Going further, the element ruled by Mercury is the earth. Okay, the flavors, mixed and varied flavors are ruled by Mercury. Leaves, moonbeams, fruitless trees, these are the trees which Mercury represents. So Mercury also represents infertility. Again, that is represented by Mercury. Certain other things like small plants, wildflowers, roots of various kinds, foods and spices, roots, carrots, okra, nectarine fruits and vegetables as a result of grafting. So what you make out of grafting, again they get ruled by Mercury. From the geometry perspective, Mercury represents the triangle. The glance of Mercury is sidewards. Metals represented are bronze and emerald. The gems, peridot, green tourmaline, again represented by Mercury. Mercury, with whomever he associates, he becomes a natural benefic when he is not associated with any malefics. Otherwise, he is a natural malefic. He is born head first from the point of view of nature of birth. His personification uses rational mind and speech. From persuasion point, diplomacy is ruled by Mercury. The places Mercury represents, certain places. He rules places where sports happen, business happens. Mercury rules transportation and communication, airports, post offices, telegraph stations, accounting offices, parks, playgrounds, publishing houses, bookstores, libraries, public assemblies. These are all used by Mercury. So the places we speak about, there is a branch in Vedic astrology called prasna. So looking at a prasna, we could judge, which place, say an object got lost, which place we should look for it. So the Mercury, from the profession point of view, there are various professions which Mercury represents. The key ones being astrology, poetry, speaking, studying, learning, teaching, repetition of mantras, resorting to fraud, plagiarism, counterfeiting, trickery, artisans, the key one. The stock markets, and yes, in today's world, data analytics, business intelligence, machine learning, these are represented by Mercury. From psychology point of view, the Mercury represents rationality, he represents intelligence, wit, cleverness, skill, verbal and mental agility. So generally, when you speak to people, certain people, they just, even if they don't know anything, they don't know the subject, they can go on speaking, talking, keep on talking. So that's a sign of Mercury. Okay, the shrewdness. Also, on the other hand, difficulties in thoughts and communications are also ruled by Mercury. It represents duality. The qualities it represents is the rajas. From relations point of view, the maternal uncles are represented by Mercury. The season of the month, Mercury rules over the Sharad season. The gender of the Mercury is a neuter. Mercury also represents sexual union with artisans. The temperament of Mercury is volatile and versatile. Mercury rules over signs Virgo and Gemini. These are the two signs ruled by Mercury. There are some important combinations. For example, if Mercury and Moon combine or they have a relationship with each other or aspect each other in a chart, this leads to extreme creativity. Another combination we could speak of is when Mercury and Sun join together. Not Mercury and Sun, they are always quite close to each other. They are not too far apart. But when they come together in the same sign, then they represent being scholarly. The person who has this combination will do very well academically. It's called as a Buddha Aditya Raj Yoga in our Vedic Astrology. So with this, today we have covered everything possible about Mercury. So thanks everyone. Thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the coming videos. Thank you. Goodbye.